Good day, future engineers. In this video series, we'll be solving different board exam problems. At magsisimula tayo sa CEBoard April 2025 with this determinacy problem. So the problem states, a beam is shown in the figure below. So meron tayong beam at sa beam na ito, this is a fixed-ended beam, fixed at A and at C. Then we have an internal hitch at the middle. The first question, determine the determinacy of the beam considering the internal hinge at B and fix at A and C. So, bago tayo magsimula sa pag-solve, let's go back first to the concept of indeterminacy. So sa indeterminacy, we need to identify first the number of unknowns represented by U and the number of parts represented by N. After this, we can input that in the formula of indeterminacy, that is I U minus 3 times N. Okay? So, this U, or the number of unknowns, ito yung mga forces present in the beam. And N is ilan ang parts ng beam. Sige. Let us start solving number 1. Determine the determinacy of the beam considering the internal hinge at B and fixed at B and C. So first, let us represent the forces present in each beam. At A, meron tayong tatlong forces or tatlong anodes. We have the vertical force, let's call this one AY, the horizontal force, AX, and the moment at A, that is MA. On the other side, sa C naman, we have CY, CX, and the moment at C. Now, how about this internal hinge? The concept of internal hinge is that pwede mong ma-divide yung beam into two independent parts. Kasi the moment here at the hinge is 0 and the reaction of the hinge is equal to either of the parts. What I mean with that is if we represent ulit yung beam, dividing it into two parts, so you have here your by or bx, and this is just an assumption. When by is papuntang itaas, and on the other part, the right side, you have an opposite reaction of bx going to the right and yung by naman going downwards. Okay? So, with this, malalaman na natin ang ating number of unknowns. So, U, ilan ang unknowns sa beam? We have MA, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Question, do we still need to include this one? So, hindi na. Kasi this bx and by is the same as this bx and by on the other side, just opposite in direction, but the magnitude is 1. So, hindi natin sila i-consider. We will take this by and by as 1 and bx and bx as 1. So, our number of unknowns is ilan? That is 8. How about our number of parts? N. N is, again, yung hinge ay madidivide na yung beam into two independent parts. So we have one part here and another part here. This is equal to With this, we can now solve for the indeterminacy of the beam. That is I equals U minus 3 times n. This is I is equal to 8 minus 3 times 2, which is 8 minus 6. This is 2 or second degree. Okay, this is our final answer. Next question. Determine the determinacy of the beam when the hinge at B is removed. So instead of having a hinge here, tatanggalin ito. So wala na to, and tanggal na rin. So, so ano na yung determinacy ng ating beam? Kasi natanggal na yung hinge sa B. First, identify the number of anodes. The same, AY, AX, then MA. On the other side, CY, CX, and MC. How many is our unknown? That is, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 unknowns. How many parts do we have for our beam? That is only one part kasi wala nang internal hinge sa middle. So this is 1. With this, we can solve now for the indeterminacy. Indeterminacy is U minus 3 times N. That is 6 minus 3 times 1. This is 3 or third degree. This is our answer for number 2. Next, let us proceed to number 3. Determine the determinacy of when the hinge at B is removed and the fixed end at C is replaced by a hinge support. So, eto, yung sa B, na-remove ulit. Then the fixed end here sa C, you change this one to a fixed support. So, or a hinge support. And siya, no? Wala na to. I will cross this one out. Okay? So, let us solve. First is identify the number of nodes. So, this is, we have here horizontal reaction, AY. This is your AX and MA. On the other side, for the hinge support, you have CY and CX. Only two reactions. Wala nang moment. So how many unknowns do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 unknowns. U is equal to 5. And N, ilang parts ang present sa beam? So only one part. So with this, we can now solve for the indeterminacy. I is equal to U minus 3N. I is equal to 5 minus 3 times 1. This is 5 minus 3, 2 or second degree. Okay, and this is our final answer. Thank you everyone for watching, and like and subscribe for more videos.